Big bowl, right?
Alright. Let me get out the bell. The bell is rung. Aimed in a decent way. Alright. Good afternoon, evening, whatever there, everyone. Glad to see everybody here tonight. Thanks for coming in for tonight for the March meeting, Flatland Woodturners. We got a lot of show and tell over there, so that's good. I guess first things up, I don't really see any new faces, so I don't think we have anybody new here tonight. Other than Mike over there. He has been around for a while. That's Mike Warren, if you don't recognize him.
Speech.
Let's see. Tonight's demonstration, Dave Razunas, better known as Crowbar, will be doing a demonstration tonight on shop tips. And my wire's hanging down the way of it. I'll pull it over. I'll fix it later. Anyway, shop tips tonight, which brings up for the rest of the year, I've got a Jim Anderson and shrinking box. I think that's what he had for May. And then Corey doing pyro. And I talked to them tonight when I got in, and they're okay with us going out in the parking lot for that. We'll just grab a fire extinguisher or two and go out there. So as long as we don't light the place on fire, we should be good.
Well, we're not gonna do that.
I forgot to hit one thing.
There's a lot of smoke.
Yeah.
It's the dude in the middle of the block, wood in the back.
There it goes. So April, we're looking for something. If anybody's looking to do a demonstration or feels like doing one for April. Anybody? Huh?
If I practice.
If you practice?
Some honeydews for a while.
Some honeydews? Is there any ideas on what kind of demonstrations we'd like to see? Or like just like basic items or pens or bowls or
Platters.
platters?
Anybody turn the platter?
I think someone turned a platter.
That's a tabletop.
That's a tabletop, a very curved tabletop. That's about 3 feet wide.
Cody showed off his new legs, I see you bring it in flat.
We can definitely spin this head around if you need to. Platters would be a good one. So if anybody has any good ideas, I think we're looking at maybe getting, might see if we can get a online demonstrator at some point. Do a couple like that, just have them set up TV and just have everybody here for it. So I like to see that. So,
Tell them about, I got in contact with Easy Wood Tools and the pen maker Mike Dwyer. Said he could come down, but I wanted him to give me a date. I messaged him yesterday, and I'm still waiting for him to get back with me. So
yeah, I don't know where you were on that.
he says it's a 2-hour travel time for him, so he wants to do it in the summertime.
Okay.
So,
Is he wanting to do a club demo then, or?
yeah. And they do it for free, so, because he's representing Easy Wood Tools, and they have some kind of grit they make, whatever they call it.
The Yorkshire?
Yorkshire,
Yeah, I think we got
yeah.
I think we got some over
So
here.
you must live pretty close, Chicago?
2 hours, yeah, Chicago.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So, I'm waiting for him to give me a reply. Bring his buddy with him? Bring who? No. He's on his own. John? No, John won't be with him.
See, that would, I mean, we got June and August to open for any demonstration, so.
Square bowl turn,
See what?
Square bowl, yeah.
square bowl,
Demo.
anybody interested?
That is always a good demonstration.
I can do that sometime. I haven't made one for 2 years. I don't know.
Yeah, we used to have
I think
the
Mr. Smith
picture.
just walked in. Square ball?
Yeah.
See, there you go.
Do you want to do that in April, Jerry, or?
Yeah.
All right.
Send me a reminder 2 weeks prior.
Change the color on this real quick.
Ted's probably got some.
I told him that we couldn't find him out on Wednesday or Thursday, maybe we could find somebody for Saturday. He hadn't responded.
What months are still open there?
What's that?
What months are still open there?
I've got June, August, September, October, November, and December.
Okay.
So I figure one of those warm months will, if we get this guy drier down here.
We could do like August, is that what months you said?
Yeah, June, August, September, October.
Yeah, August, for like carving and like whittled, I don't know what the title would be, but like whittled kind of chains, segmented, or captured rings, that kind of thing. I'll come up with a better name and have some examples of it.
I can't even
But we
believe
got some time before then, so, but I'll sign up.
All right.
Yeah, I can pick up some.
If he wants to come down in August, are you okay with a different month?
Yeah, I can switch it around, yeah.
Okay. That'd be good. Any other ideas for any other demonstrations, or?
Pencil me in for September, I'll figure something out with it.
All right.
Either an emerging bowl or a dot bowl or something, square bowl. No bowls, toothpicks.
I'll just put you as to be determined. I know we could do a resin bowl, but those are usually pretty messy. And they throw a lot of Easter shavings around. So, I don't know if anybody wants to pen demonstration or anything like that again, or along those lines. I don't know how many interested be in that. Be interested in that. I could do pumpkins in October.
There you go.
Do the hollow pumpkins. Anybody would like to see that?
Sure.
Excuse the tapping. I do like this tablet a lot. Yeah, except when it resets itself on me. Let's see. So that just leaves June, November, December. So if anybody think of any other demonstrations they'd like to see. Actually, I do see a new face here that, are you new here, sir?
Yeah, new here.
Are you the first month here or visiting? Or?
Yeah, I had, Steve invited me.
Okay.
Right back, Steve Smith.
All right. Yeah, he's hiding back there. He snuck in. All right. Let's see. I need to check on Mark Soleil, so I need to check on him. I haven't heard. Have you heard anything more from about turning Saturday?
No. Well, I was going to announce something.
All right. Well, if you want to go ahead.
Well, it appears that there's going to be a turning Saturday. We will do it this year. I don't know if the other clubs will get involved or not. Hopefully they will, or at least attend. I'm currently got messages out to Jeff Horna from the Walnut Log in Missouri, St. Louis area, I think, to maybe do some demonstrating for us on that day. And he sells stuff, so I'm kind of hoping that it'll be costless for us. And
What's his name again?
What's his name, Jerry?
Jeff Hornung, Hornung, the Walnut Log.
Slow this one. Jeff what?
Horn,
H-O-R.
UNG.
From St. Louis?
Yeah, or somewhere about.
Walnut log is what it's. He was doing the circuit with the woodwork
Really? I missed those.
So he sells a wood miser or something like that?
No, he sells dyes and different things.
Okay.
He's doing a wood turning demonstration.
I've seen him.
I guess what company, you want to give them a date?
Tentatively October 12th. And we're going to have it at the Carpenter's Hall. And currently the partitions that I used before so I could divide up into 3 lays seem to have disappeared. So I don't know if we will set up maybe just 2 lays. I don't know at this time. Because otherwise we may not be able, that the room's not that big. I don't know if we can handle 3 demonstrations with some sound partitions between. So I'll try to let you know as I find out more.
Being laid on the front row.
Jeremy.
So,
Well, we had lots of movies too.
so
Have you set a date yet, or?
for turning Saturday?
October 12th.
Tentatively October 12th. So that's the weekend before our meeting, so I don't know if we want to do a meeting that month.
Are you
or-
available, Sam?
Yeah.
That's the only Saturday that month, right?
I got the 5th and the 12th.
Okay. 5th and 12th.
For me, that works, but there's others too, so.
All right.
The only one Madison.
No.
So are we gonna have club members that help out with different things?
Yeah, we'll see about getting that set up, and, because we generally had club members do food, so I don't know what we'll get all that,
Tentatively going to handle that with the sister.
yeah.
Didn't you make some chili?
Yes, I'm gonna see if I can do it again.
You want me to help you?
Yeah, Carpenter's Hall has a nice
Let me get with
kitchen
you,
set up.
okay?
Sure.
At least they had a nice kitchen set up, so I don't know, didn't they turn that into another office or something like that?
It's different now.
They screwed everything up when they brought all those other offices in there.
Yeah,
It took away a room that we used to demonstrate in the beginning.
Right.
do we need to go somewhere bigger or something?
If we can find a freebie, it would be nice.
Yeah, finding a freebie would be tough.
I
don't know.
didn't check with anybody yet. I
Yeah,
don't know if,
Oh,
see which shop would be able to accompany us. See which shop could be able to do it for us or not.
we could, I'd have to check and see, but there's not a whole lot of extra space in here.
Well, I
To
didn't
set
know
up.
about his outbuilding there.
Can we
Yeah.
use
Could set up in there.
Yeah, we have there, we'd have to we'd have to get their help to clean it all out. We've got, obviously, this space here, that space. The only thing I'd be worried about is all the people, because it does bring others from the area, and I'd just be worried about stuff wandering off. I mean, that's the way I think about things sometimes. Sadly, it is, but,
And we don't want to put the members out if they come in on Saturdays
Yeah.
to work and stuff.
and there's a lot of stuff on everybody's tables in here that they're working on, and one of the things I hate is trying to make sure nothing's touched and moved around. Like, there's a couple projects I had to move over here to get out of the floor and out of the way that,
Sure the crews
so it doesn't get
stay
bumped.
off of them.
I'll give Brian a call and see if, I don't know how heated his outdoor shop is. I mean, it's got a big area, but,
Yeah, it's all full of wood right
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's pretty.
Yeah, that's where he had.
he's got piles of wood out there. I was over there the other day, and holy walnut central.
Pretty close to 4 foot.
Yeah,
now. Probably like to have it.
Hey, John, I did ask him if he would be interested in appearing the day of turn on Saturday, just set up a table,
mhm.
and he said he'd be with him.
Turning Saturday or turn on Saturday? Because there's a turn on Chicago coming up next month.
No, not
Yeah,
that.
all right. So turning Saturday, yeah, and
I'll turn on Chicago next month.
You mean
You mean the pen turners?
Pin turners is
what do I write down? I'm getting my dates all screwy.
next month. Chicago's in August.
Yeah, August, you're right. Yeah, the pen turners are next month. Midwest Pen Turners Gathering next month.
Anybody going?
So anyway, he said he'd be willing to do something.
All right.
So,
Yeah, I'll see if try to give him a call. I'm off tomorrow for a doctor's appointment, so I'll see about, call him in the morning and see what his thoughts on if he would be interested in hosting that over there, and if so.
I don't see over there that you have a lot of space that you could have many people.
No, it's not in the shop building, I know it's
Even in
an
the
outdoor shop.
barn where he cuts, where his saws and everything are, there's not a lot of place that you could set up and have a class setting, I don't think.
Yeah. I know he's got a lot of chairs and all that, because he does all that other stuff, but the, I don't know about lighting and all that, because it is fairly dark in there from when we walk through there, so I don't know if he has extra interior lighting or whatnot.
He's got a lot of lighting.
In that shop, big shop?
Just in, maybe in some of the trucks that he has,
Yeah.
because he does.
He does those, concerts or whatever.
Right.
It's, can't hurt to ask him, see what he says. If he says no, then we'll find,
You might
Something
be able
else.
to restack the wood with a forklift or
Yeah.
something to make.
maybe between now and October, he might go through a lot of
Or
that,
if we
what he's
had
got in there.
two in there and one in the other building or whatever. Yeah. well,
Yeah.
whatever. At least that way you might get some shoppers. If the carpenter's all, we wouldn't have to rent any chairs or tables or anything.
They still got a lot of chairs over there still.
We got like chairs.
We just have to make sure we keep all the sawdust off the platform.
I only did that once.
Yeah.
That's all I need.
Yeah, I mean, Carpenter's Local will be best. I mean, if we can find out what happened to that divider, they might have given it away or whatnot, but who knows?
Yeah.
That'd be about the best bet. We could set up 3 over there. But if anything, what would be the thought of renting a divider from like Harriet's or something?
Well, might be able to do that too.
Yeah, I mean, usually that stuff isn't that much, and we've obviously got a lot in the bank right now.
That worked out pretty good when we did that.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody complained about overhearing from the ones next door.
No, there was nobody that was powered except for the speakers, the main speakers,
Right.
and pretty much everybody was watching that one when that guy was demonstrating.
Should we set up a committee for a few people to discuss that in your further?
What was the last part?
Set up a committee, people
For-
want to volunteer to help set this up, get volunteers.
Well, we could do that.
put my name on the list.
Everybody else good with that?
Me too.
Yeah.
I can help out.
I'll probably just tell everybody we need help on this certain day. The Friday before. I just gotta get a key.
Wasn't there one guy that was set up outside last time?
We did chainsawing outside at one of
We did chainsawing, and then
Well,
before,
there was another,
well, we had the Lichtenberg or whatever it was, the fractal burner, before that was, before that got the axe on that. He was set outside out one door. And,
I'm gonna solicit a bunch.
yeah, I'd be worried about having that. Yeah, I mean, we almost came close to having someone getting shocked pretty good on that one too, because they reached out and started like, yeah.
You can't do the fractal burner anymore.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
I'm just saying, I thought you were
All right.
saying, okay.
I'm glad he joined the meeting.
Somebody was saying, I don't have it. Remind you.
All right, so,
Burning on a laser, or
Right.
or you could just use a grinder and just go down through there, something like that. Who else wanted to be on that? Steve?
I think Sam had his hand up.
Sam? Crowbar? Jerry, I'll put yours and my name on there too. So.
Oh, who we got on?
Right now we got Bob Griffin, Steve Smith, Sam Force, Crowbar, myself, and you.
Wow.
So, anybody else like to help be on that?
5 or 6 more than we've ever had.
Well, the good thing about having a large committee, you can split it up into different groups if you got different things you gotta accomplish.
Yeah.
We need to recruit some subcommittees, we can do that too.
Yeah.
I'll do it.
So I think we'll probably already got a suggestion for food. So, Crowbar and his famous chili.
What kind of admission are we gonna be charging?
Well, that's something we have to talk about.
Okay,
With inflation and everything, I'm thinking maybe 110 or something like that. What do you think?
How much?
110? I was thinking 112, so yeah, 110, that's pretty good.
25.
What, 110? Are we talking about voltage here or what?
Yeah, that was a joke.
25 most likely.
Crowbar, are you gonna have new chili or leftover from last year?
Leftover.
It's been sitting in a bucket since the last,
7 years.
yeah.
Always better, they're older kids.
Yeah, it's like yeast, yeah, the
Yeah.
little bit of the.
At $25 a head, it'll be left over.
Yeah.
Well, it depends on if I have a faith, Jeff on it or not.
Yeah, it just depends on,
Them details will come later.
Last time we did real good, we had a guy and we paid him $500. And he demonstrated all day.
Yeah,
Lindell
he
Anthony
brought his wife.
from Iowa.
Yeah. So what's the cost of Horny? You know yet?
What's that?
What's Horny gonna charge?
I don't know yet. It may not be anything because I imagine he wants to sell the stuff he sells.
Ah,
So you can check out the walnut log and see what all he does sell.
So,
I recently ordered some colored waxes from him for, instead of the limey wax or tissue polish, I ordered some colored waxes and a little bit of dye for him.
so if that pans out and we can keep the money that we may have to give Horny for his demonstration, can we find somebody else for not that much money to have another
I
demonstration?
don't know. Because I had that in mind too, especially if we only set up 2 lathes.
Right.
And if they want to go, each want to go all day.
What about somebody that does some other parts of kind of woodworking, not on a lathe? To have a little diverse type presentation?
No.
What?
Wood turn.
Well, yeah, it'd be, okay.
well, if we had like the chainsaw guy or something like that, that someone to demonstrate how to,
Well, I was
Well,
thinking
we've done that.
cast in resin or something like that.
Oh,
But it's going to be
Something to do.
something,
something, yeah, it's turning related,
But
but not on the way.
segmented specials would be nice if they could set up a table saw or something like that and show. That'd probably be something that would be set up outside, so we wouldn't throw sawdust everywhere, but.
Yeah, it'd be nice to have Malcolm Tibbetts here if we could get him out of the snowbank.
That probably cost us
Yeah, he'd be high, I'm sure.
$2,000 for that, $1,000.
Is this turning Saturday just going to be this club and we'll invite others to come?
Well, it's
Or
generally
the
a
others?
collaboration between Central and Woodturners, Lincoln,
Yeah,
and Flatland Woodturners.
right. And then we can help share the costs that way, right? If they're gonna be,
Not exactly.
No. Remember the host?
you know, we're gonna
We're
do it all
host, yeah.
ourselves.
The host.
So when they do it, they don't get any money from us.
Oh,
So. We look here.
One time, Lincoln Land had Doug Thompson with his tools, and of course, he sold a lot of tools.
sure.
And had Vince with the sander, what's his name?
Vince's Wooden Wonders.
Vince's Wooden Wonders.
So is Springfield on the way not to be in a club, or what's the?
No, I don't know. No, I don't know. They opted not to do it turning Saturday. They lost the facilities for one thing.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
And I don't know why Central Illinois Woodturners didn't do it last year or don't want to do it this year. I have no clue.
Their membership's way down, but they're still meeting every night.
Yeah, I know there was a,
For Central, nobody wants to step up and do it, and Dan Dixon says he's not doing it alone, so they have a problem with getting help,
And that's why they-
my understanding.
yeah, I've got an email from Tom Zur the other night that the Springfield Club is meeting. and it's gonna be Thursday on the 21st. And they're meeting at the Frank and Linda Dream Center at 1480 North 5th Street at 6:30 PM, so I don't know if anybody's interested in going down over there on Thursday.
Once when they did it, they acquired the sprinkler fitters or the plumber's building or something and did it in there, and that worked out pretty good.
They had that one, that was that big 2-story building that they had, that one? Yeah, I don't know, they're all blurring into one.
Central Illinois, with that building they've got, it worked out real good the last time that they did have it there.
Yeah. So we've got a committee going for that, and we'll get that figured out, who would like to do what on that, what needs to be done. So we'll get that rolling. What else do I have? Like I said, Turn on Chicago, August 2nd and 4th, Midwest Pin Turners at April 19th and 20th. Mike brought up there's going to be, which is kind of coincidence, there's going to be a remote demonstration on AAW for a spaceship hollow vessel. So that's going to be this Saturday, 1 to 4, online. If you're interested in that.
No, through Sydney Droga.
Yeah, Sydney Droza.
$20, and then you get quiet for 6 months after.
Yeah. So it's kind of a wide, I saw a picture, it's kind of a wide alien looking saucer. They got just basically a hollow vessel. They can see what, a finial on top too?
Yeah, I should put finials on the top. No finials, yeah.
Anybody else have anything? Any other news? Anything else to bring up?
Not necessarily wood turning, but if anybody needs a wide planer sander, I've got a contact down in Arthur. They've got a 42-inch wide planer with a dual-headed sander on it. They've got a 54-inch wide triple-headed sander. Oh my God, that's a monster. 3-phase? Oh,
Yeah, 3-phase.
It's a monster. I got 4 big boards through it in a half-hour machine time. So it was well worth.
What they charge you for that?
It was either, I don't remember, it was either $1 a minute or $1.50 a minute. So I think it's either $60 an hour or $90 an hour. I don't remember which one.
That's not bad. If you got some big boards.
It saved me 2 weeks of sanding in the shop.
I used to charge a bucket for my white top sand.
Yeah.
I don't know what they charge, but that's fine.
Yeah.
Who has that, Steve?
It's one of the Amish companies down there, Countryside Woodworking. I can get a contact. They're one of those where they won't answer the phone, but they'll call you back.
Right.
Yeah, there was about three cars and about 75 bicycles in the parking lot. So no bugs. But man, it was it was impressive pieces of machinery we got down there, and it saved me a hell of a lot of time. So.
Do they run on electricity?
They do. It's a very modern shop. They can't diesel in the back, but they can work on other people's machines.
If you'll notice down that part of the country, they've got a lot of solar collectors on the roofs now too.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Yeah, we'll get on moving on down the road here. If nobody has anything else, we'll go ahead and get some show and tell going here. And let me grab some tickets out here real quick. Alright, so this month's President's Challenge was something out of this world. So it could be anything space related. I think we got a couple in there that are just really out of this world. I'll go ahead and go with my little cosmic bowl I made. This is a big chunk of cherry from things I've done, and I did a little cosmic kind of a splatter sneeze, if you want to call it. I don't know. But I was thinking about doing the inside black, but I'm kind of thinking about, I'm gonna put it back on the lathe and make it, and hollow it out a little bit more. Because I got turning on this and you can still see the little dimple down in the middle there. And I was getting a little too worried I was getting near the bottom. And then once I took it off the lathe and realized how much meat I actually still had there, I'm like, yeah, okay, I need to be a little deeper. So I'll probably get up underneath there a little more too. Because it does have a little bit of a lip in there, which I like.
Very nice.
That's nice. I'd probably take it all the way back down because I used Yorkshire grit on it, and then some of that Doctor's woodworking finish on it. So, that's my little thing for tonight. So.
Dwight Crane tonight. When I saw tonight's program on shop tips, it was the perfect time to bring these two bowls. There's an old saying amongst woodworkers and woodturners about measuring twice and cutting once, and I have the perfect examples here of that. All your work is done except for the last 2 minutes, and if you don't measure right, the cutting don't work. If anybody wants these as remembrances, I'm going to leave them here. You want one of them?
I'll take one.
I don't need them anymore.
I'll take one.
Yeah.
This one? Does anybody want this one? There you go. That was a really nice piece. If you set it up there and never pick it up, it looks real good.
Thank you.
It's a lampshade.
What do you finish those with, Dwight? Is that just a poly?
Wait, the what?
What was the finish on those? Just a white
The
poly?
helm is Minwax polyurethane gloss finish.
Yeah.
Many coats. That's was the finish I used almost exclusively on bowls and pots.
Okay.
Oh, here we go.
I'm Gary Pugh. My wife said, how much bark can you leave on something? So that's why that. Okay. I'm Gary Pugh, Dean of UFO Design and Propulsion and all things like it at the University of Lost in Space. I'm not a good woodworker like you guys, so I got to get creative on stuff, okay? I've never turned plywood before. I've got 3 chunks of plywood on here that I turned on these end rings. And then a pine. Body, of course, is cedar, as you can see. And we've got a gravity making ring so that the people can have gravity while they're out there. We've got a fuel tank, an air tank, a water tank, and this is what gets us in trouble, and that's why these are on here, because I had turned different tanks, which did a crash and burn and had to get replaced at the last minute. I'm sure you guys have never had a crash and burn. Anyway, the one tank is wine, beer, and whiskey. Keeping the operator sober is why they always have UFO crashes here. So, then you got to see where you're going. You got to see this is not where you've been, or the brake light. That's the reactor output thing. Or if you like brake light, that's fine. And if you got to signal somebody so they don't run into you. And everybody thinks that math and binary numbers are how the future is going to talk to each other, but no, it's Morse code. See? All right, I give up.
Brad? Happy daylight savings time, brother.
No.
Huh?
Go back to regular time.
Leave it the hell alone.
Here's my flying saucer.
Yeah.
for the President's Challenge, which can also be used as a base for an Easter egg. This is one of Dwight's rough turnings that I modified a little bit, made an Easter egg of it for my wife. She seems to have started collecting those in the last few years. Probably have to build some kind of a display cabinet for the doggone things one of these days. But anyway, that's,
New tools when they claim something.
huh?
New tools when they claim something.
Hey, that's I like the way you think. It's all right. I've been playing around a little bit with casting resin. This one I put a little dye, it was a piece of burl. Whenever I do any castings, I normally have some left over, so I have some just like plastic tubes that I'll pour the excess in, you know. Ended up with, I think it's a nice little egg. And a piece of burl for the stand-up base for it. This one, I saved some Easter egg shells one year and dried them out real good. I've been laying around in the shop for 3 or 4 years, I suppose. So I decided, well, I'll try to do something with those. I didn't know how well an eggshell would turn, but I mixed some walnut chips in with it, and then just casted it, and I think it turned out pretty decent. But I also didn't know if the chips would take a dye. So this was the experiment to begin with, and I dyed the base of it, and then just used the deal buffing system just to buff it off. But anyway, my daughter will claim that one. And it's just a traditional type Easter egg here.
All right, Gary Jones, Urbana. So for the out of the world thing, I got a small egg here, alien kind of egg, even though this was, it's kind of basically just ripped off of Donna Zills, I believe her name is, or at least the design. I really liked it, seeing it last year at the symposium, and I've done some carvings with this kind of design. The difference between hers and mine is she does a lot of like paints and layers of paints, milk paints, that kind of thing that you see a lot of. This is just, I used some of the steel wool and vinegar mix to kind of darken it in the, in the crevices. But cool design, I like it a lot, and so there's that. I've got 2 little pieces of elm. I've got a bunch of it from recent, so this was just a little tiny piece of it. It's got some cool grain, tried to match the top of it, kind of go with the grain on that side. And then I've got a vessel here. It does not stand, which I'm okay with, but I like the shape of it. Big missing piece there. The piece was on there, but it was only held on by a nub, and once it was drying, it like curved in quite a bit, and so I just ended up taking it off, and I kind of like the exposed look in there. So also elm. And then I had said last meeting that I got a new lathe, and so I did. This isn't the first thing that I did on it. I got 2 bowls that are huge, but they're dry. But this was a slab of butternut that I had gotten like 3-4 years ago. I got 3 of them, was going to make tabletops, that was the thought of it. But it was sitting there, and I'm like, you know what, that'd be funny to put that on the lathe. And so I have a 25-inch diameter plate here, which is a lot of fun. So there's only 2 coats of poly on here. I may do another, but I'm not expecting it to really shine or anything. But I don't know necessarily what it's going to be used for. It's just, I did it because it's amusing, but it really could just go on a wall, and it's a pretty piece of wood. Yeah, well, and then,
How
yeah.
did you chuck it?
Well, so this was the first time that I used a faceplate, and so I put a faceplate on it, I drew a circle out, cut out the slab, and then just put a faceplate on, and then on the back, like after the faceplate, I just used new jaws that I had gotten for the new lathe, and they're big. Oh, what's the Australian brand?
Big Mark.
Yeah, Big Mark. They're like second biggest jaws there, and then the jaws that I have on, or the jaws on the chuck are like the maybe like sawtooth or alligator. They got like serrated, just because if I'm going to be doing some longer, bigger vessels, I want as much grip as possible. But it held them just fine. I mean, I didn't even crank it too hard because I was scared of breaking through the tenon that I left on there, just because it was not that thick of a piece, but they did fine, and it was, it's not as heavy as you'd expect. You know, feel free to lift it up, but it's butternut, so it wasn't that heavy, and so it wasn't that scary. There were a few times that it was going pretty fast, and I'm like, this is large, but it wasn't that scary. So, and the other piece of news is last time I said that I got a new lathe, and you know, it was expensive, and apparently I liked that as spending money, so I also am buying a house. The closing date's April 4th, and it's got a 2-car garage that the new shop's going to go in. So
Awesome.
I'll be around for a while. So,
And the cars are gonna be parked out in the street.
Absolutely.
I don't think you heard.
You gonna host turning Saturday?
I would say, I'll tell you.
We're interested in everything.
Sam sent us an email of north of Decatur, Argenta, a mom and pop mill that was closing out, etc. So, and I don't know for sure what this is, but I have about 20 of them now, since all the walnut and cherry was gone. But I love the grain. I thought it might be gumwood.
Does it smell like root beer when you cut it? It looks like sassafras to me.
It kinda looks like the butternut, honestly.
I think sassafras would be more porous, wouldn't it?
I'm not sure
And I
what.
got a sassafras table that I built that I work on every day, so.
In any case, I'm figuring it out. Already I got an idea from what I saw over here that I could turn with that. These two pieces, this is made out of 2 pieces of walnut, and I thought they were the same color until I finished them. And so as you can see, it's a two-tone bone. It's a two-tone bone. But maybe somebody will like that.
I like it.
I'm still
Nice
doing.
contrast.
Yeah, I'm still doing walnut, cutting it out of my cart with my carter jig with bowls like this in the top. I don't think that looks like a spaceship. And this is just a piece of cherry that was a neighbor gave me that was pretty rotten, and I didn't think I would do anything with it. But then I saw, there's really some nice wormholes in it. So I ended up turning it anyway. And this was a very nice piece of walnut. It came out of the same one that both of these came out, same log. And I got tired of making the same old forms of bowls. And I decided, well, I'll try something else, but I don't like it much. But anyway, it was fun making it. I need some more imagination about how I turn bowls, so I'm really interested in seeing what you're all doing in terms of the shapes. That's it.
This new fella here's got something.
Oh, go ahead.
Thank you. I hadn't really meant to step in, but this is what I churn. It's a Staunton chess piece. and I turn chess pieces and try and sell them across the country. And anything to do with chess. I do chess boards, I do storage boxes, and I've been doing this for the past 3-4 years. And trying to get the knack of, the turning is the easy part, it's the carving the knights that really baffles me.
Yeah.
But this is maple, and I use primarily walnut and maple. I've done some ash, and works out pretty good. The chess people are a tough crowd to please. They really go for the traditional, and that's what this particular style is. It's called the Staunton design, came from the 1850s. And then there are newer designs, kind of avant-garde stuff that people put out. But it's a fun hobby, and thank you for letting me share it with you.
Sam from Mount Zion. This is a piece that I got when Dwight turned, so all I did was turn it to final thickness. It's a piece of spalted maple, I believe. And then for the out of space thing, the big black hole out there, another piece that Dwight turned, and this one, I opened the hole up just a little bit. He had a couple of pieces that had chipped out of right at the opening. So the only turning I did was just to smooth that opening out. So he hollowed it with a smaller hole than it's in there now.
Wow. What's your finish on it?
Polyurethane, about 10 coats.
And what's the color? What's the color accent in there?
The base is black, and then purple, blue, green, and then dabs of metallic gold. And it's supposed to be a pink gold, but I don't see the pink in it.
That's acrylic paint?
I don't know.
Okay.
Just hobby paint. I don't know what. So, but there you go. Thank you, Dwight.
John Kreitler from Decatur. I did a lidded segmented bowl. This is walnut, hickory, and padauk. And it was pretty interesting. It's a little different than most segmented bowls because it doesn't have the offset pattern. The separators between it are solid rather than the standard brick pattern. And it was a fun project to do. Still working on the finish a little bit. I'll probably put a couple of coats and try to do some buffing on it.
Beautiful.
Good job.
It's nice. Bob Griffin from Decatur. This is not a baseball bat. It's actually a vase, skinny, tall, skinny vase. This is tulip poplar. We went over to the sawmill, same one you went to, and I found this piece, and I thought I saw this burl in there, 4x4 by 3 foot piece, and when I started finishing, out it popped. So, but also the wormholes popped out. And I was talking to John, fill wormholes or you do something with them, try to make them do something. So this is what I did. I sanded it as much as I could to get the size I wanted. And then I took dark stain and stained the wormholes, wiped that off and polished it up a little bit, and then put another different colored stain for the body. And that made this burl just pop like crazy. So I was kind of surprised at that, pleasantly surprised. But I just got a couple sprigs and it sits in the corner of the bathroom, so That was my goal, make something like this. That's what I got.
Very nice.
Paul Willie, elm base, and got a little spalting to it, maple. Said elm is maple, no spalting, and it's just finished with Denny's oil.
I'm Logan. I made a small vase after school one day. It's made out of
Turn around, Logan, face camera.
well, it's made out of juniper. I mean, for the inside, all I did was just drill it out and just round off the edges. But then I also have this burner that signs my name at the bottom. So.
Did you make the burner?
No. I made this cute little vase. I don't know what type of wood it is, but I found it in some junk wood in the corner. So. I think this is cherry, but I don't know for sure. Again, I just drilled out the hole and smoothed out the edges. It's only said my name, but. And then at Sam's place, we started making a hollow form bowl. There's still a lot of work to do on the inside. I still need to sand it, and sign my name. Yeah.
Did that one crack?
No, that's just writing.
That's just what?
Writing of what the inside would look like.
Okay.
So,
I said, look kind of like a crack going on there, but.
yeah, no.
Steve Smith from Champaign. So this is a square corner bowl with, I don't know, if you want to do a little bit of chip and dip or something in there. I think the size is a little bit off. It's kind of meant as like a key dish or a change dish to sit on the dresser, but I never ended up using it for that. I believe it is maple, but I'm not 100% sure. It's kind of a found in the garage piece. Poly finish on that one. And that's not a baseball bat. This is a baseball bat, or made from a baseball bat. So it's actually a glove mallet. So I'm not a baseball player, but I've got a friend who's got a baseball company, and so he wanted a little glove mallet, and that's their logo that I put on it with the laser. So
What exactly is it, glove mallet?
when you're breaking in a new baseball glove, you just beat the leather with a glove mallet.
Okay. Never heard of that
So
before.
it's from one of the baseball bats that they manufactured.
Steve, when they soften that leather, do they use any kind of a conditioner with it then?
I'm not sure.
They usually do.
I would think so. I think it's one of those, like each person has their own secret and, recipe of spit and beer and whatever.
Blood, sweat, and tears.
Yeah, so, but yeah, I need to get that back to them because I've had that longer than I should have. I need to, after I got it off of the lathe, I kind of realized that the bottom here isn't quite exactly the same profile as the baseball bat, so I want to do a little bit of work on that. But I'm not sure how I'm going to reach up that, or it's probably going to have to be hand carving at this point. So.
How'd you fit the lettering on it? Did you carve it?
Laser.
A laser?
Yeah. So I've got a laser and I've got a rotary that goes with the laser, so I can do all kinds of other stuff with it too, but yeah, made that nice and simple work to do. I really love the laser.
Yeah.
So that's what I got.
Mike Warren, George.
Who? Mike Warren. From where?
Who's that?
The new guy is up there.
I know. So it's a little, had some walnut burl. I got one or two. something the last minute did yesterday, I haven't turned anything for quite a while. I tried to start with the skew. I've done it before, but it was gonna be a little bigger than that. So what happened, started with mine, so I put the skew away, and finished it with the gouge.
All right. Crowbar? Oh, yeah.
Hey, Razunas, here's my imagination flying saucer or whatever. I tried spinning it.
Yeah.
If you go slow, it's all right, but I got better work doing that on it, so. But it did put me on the bandsaw. I had, walnut is the dark one, the white one is
Not maple?
maple, yeah, maple, and cedar. So I got to fine tune the bandsaw and a little bit on the drum sander, so I laminated that. And with the cedar. So much from the outer space. I got some wig stains and I got to do my aniline dye, but this is oil-based. And this is number
505.
505.
So show number 500.
But this is number 500 right here. My friend Terry Quorum from Central Illinois Woodturners, he segmented this, and all I had to do is turn it. And this is willow I got from Charlie Brown. And Charlie hasn't been around for a while, so anybody hear from Charlie? So that's where I got that willow on that one. And that's it.
All right. Anyone else?
Yep.
No, she's just checking it out.
Well, I just noticed when he turned it over, it's unfinished on the bottom.
Mhm.
And if it was me, and I think a lot of people, that would be sitting on a bathroom counter
Soak up,
and be susceptible to water.
yeah, soak up the water.
Yeah,
My wife sets hers in the bedroom.
that's better, but
But not
everybody
everyone
has a
does
choice.
that.
Right.
All right. That's everybody. I'll go ahead and do the blue tickets. So on the little table over here in front of the TV, got a few items for President's Challenge there. Not Dwight's cup there. You might get upset if you take his cup. All right, first blue ticket, 390. Yeah. Second ticket, 387. That one's mine. All right. Next ticket, 388.
That's it. I didn't have that, somebody dropped this is the blue ticket. The blue ticket?
Yeah, it's a blue ticket.
Somebody walked around here and didn't get their ticket because he found it laying on the floor there.
Someone dropped, someone loot, not get a, have a,
Someone have their blue ticket?
Probably Gary, maybe.
Gary, do you have your ticket? Do you have your blue ticket?
He's the one who hooked it up.
Here's a blue ticket here.
He would be 388.
Yeah, if I was 387, then,
I'm
It's not gonna worry about me,
389.
give it to somebody else, I don't know.
I'm
It'd be you, Gary.
389.
So it,
that'd probably be yours, Gary.
this is
Yeah,
kind of your
I think
ticket.
it is.
Yeah.
Whatever.
If you don't have a blue ticket, Gary, it'd be yours.
Well, he said he found it on the floor and he didn't know what it was, so he put it up there on the table and Mike knew the number.
All right, 391. All right, and last one, 392. That'll work. All right, so that's all the President's Challenge. Red tickets. If you got a red ticket, get them ready. They'll be right here on this center table. First number up is 753. 753. Yep.
I got a lady that can handle this.
Can I have a question?
Yeah.
With a crack like this,
That's not a crack.
That's the pit.
oh, it is, okay. Okay, I have a couple of logs that have a crack like that. You fill them before you start turning?
Make smaller holes out of
You just make smaller holes.
it. It depends on the crack. So, oh yeah, I got enough big stuff floating around to actually make smaller stuff out of it. It's too big.
Fill them with epoxy.
Yeah.
Fill them epoxy before you.
Coat some epoxy and those it or something.
You can
All
get
right.
clear epoxy and fill the crack.
Well, they're discussing that. 758.
Free gift.
Regift. All right. Got some regifters tonight. All right. 761. Steve? All right. After Steve's will be 759. Seven, 5, 6. Yep. All right, 752. All right, two more, 751.
A little too late for me.
All right, and then 762. All right. That'll be all of them. We'll go ahead and take a quick break. Get some more raffle stuff out, and almost forgot. Yep. Better get more red tickets soon.
A bunch of good, good turners and stuff. And so, I don't know if we have it in the library, but we could do. Look at that, and I mean, we're not coffee table and flip through whatever else around to see a whole bunch of different shapes and ideas. So I'm like, oh, that's something I like. So that'd be a
Yeah. See that you're gonna be gone, that's why I wasn't sure.
It's a little too big to fit together. Yeah, it's upgrade that one. Yeah.
How long did you
a garage, it's cold, 2 months I had it in the greenhouse. It's pretty dry. But even so, it's still. But it was
You can turn the lights on.
You ain't gonna get that.
But yeah, you should be able to smell it with the dust. The dust that's what they used to do. You have that roof that smells really good. They'll be real careful with the dust. It's not. Yeah, it's, yeah, you're just too careful. Your roof really smells
for a lot of them, decent amount of hand sanitizer, which is not the most pleasant. People don't like that.
But I mean, an open end like that, it's fine to, like, if it's closed like that.
Either just like a curved stick with sandpaper taped on the end would be one option. If the hole's big enough and I'm not risky enough, finger.
Which has been extremely
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of.
We were talking about the part of the problem. Yes, Sam and I noticed something the other day. And one reason in the shutters is we took a 3/4 inch off and cut about half of it. Yeah. You know, so, small hole, that in itself makes it less strong, opposed to full 3/4 inch. And, I've got one of those, and then I also have, the bigger one, is 1 inch.
It'll raise up.
It's turned down again. I don't know that you can got a little, electrical thing in there. Squeeze but it works in several different tools. I think you'll enjoy watching that video, and he goes through almost from the beginning his philosophy, his thoughts about what you do to not get a catch. Yeah, you know, he talks about if you get the tip of the tool up, but that's what gets you catch. He tells you always to have the tool down, and always have the tool canted a little bit this way. And he talks about when you're hollowing out, you always nibble away at the front and leave your mass with the back. There's some interesting stuff there, even if you're not using his system. But then he talks about his system opposed to some of the others. It's a long watch, you know, an hour and a half. I did not watch it all at once, but you know, watch it for a half hour and then come back to it. But it is very, very interesting. I like the shape.
I thought so too. I think it's fine. It's great. It's almost like a gigantic piece of wood.
Yeah. Or you can ruin it.
Right.
Oh, over the weekend.
Someone got it up there.
Yeah, let me know when that.
I thought it might have been you, but if you take the round.
That is-
all the round things,
Oh, yeah?
that's a different kind of double-sided tape. You can take that and wrap it over the top of that.
Look behind this sound, I've got any curves, I can do this to it. And you're not cutting it. I don't know, job good find out. Cutting it up. Where is this? They were crap.
Take it one out. I haven't tried to check it, that's all.
I'm gonna try that because I kind of towels. What kind of weight is this?
Head start. Lower leg.
That's why you were right.
Yeah, the top part has a motor and come out. And so normally, like if it's all closed, I've got like, let's say 20 inches of I can work with, and I've got maybe like 25 inches of width. But then you move that out, and so now you've got 31 inch diameter.
The other issue is,
And it's heavy, and it's got three different, you can move the change the colors. When they do that, why didn't you just leave it on one, and I goes from 20 RPM up to like 1100?
What did you turn that planner at?
Oh, I think maybe the highest I got was
But
700 maybe.
Okay.
There was a little bit of a wobble.
Do you need this table stock off there?
Huh?
Do you need that off?
Yeah.
I will be.
Thank you.
That's a lot of hand carving too.
Yeah, there wasn't too much on that one, but definitely a little bit.
That's a great shape.
so there's kind of there's a rift there. And still that, I guess, I'll have to say, because there's a lot of, with some of the other here.
Show us some tips.
Oh, they got so many stuff to get done, they get done. Because the one guy, you're right. He's like a 2-year-old driver. Hey, John.
Yeah.
This station?
Oh, I thought it was a plastic bag.
No, comparison. I didn't say anything to him, but it's like twice. And the second time, the third time, but he did it to me twice.
I don't know. Mike's taking care of it. I'm doing this. That's good.
John, do you think that's, is it blue? No. This is, the top and bottom part is. Oh, I don't know what's on the bottom part of this. Trying to figure out what that, what kind of.
Green on it, it's
The stuff that I don't like, the stinks.
Cottonwood? Oh, the talent. That's the
To me,
green.
that's what it looks like.
Tell them it's the green.
Maybe that's where I got it.
The kids are going.
Capital B, so I like it, that's saying this is animal smell.
Yeah. How long, $5?
Crowbar.
Yeah.
Watch the green wood you have there in your wig.
What's that?
In the wig stand, watch the green wood. Poplar.
Yeah, Terry, he's got a segmented wedgie sled.
Right.
He's got one for his bandsaw, and he's got one for his table saw. But he made one out of plywood for the table saw, and that's the one he uses, and he likes it better than the other one.
Yeah, well I've got 4 or 5 of them.
Oh, do you really?
They're all made for my table saw, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I've got one that's set up permanent at 16 segments.
Do you?
Yeah. And I've got, well, actually, I've got 4 or 5 different sleds.
That's right.
And there's 12 tops there. Segment.
All right, last call for tickets. Everybody get your tickets.
I've lost mine already.
So much easier.
Keep mine in my hand.
I bet you I don't have, I got more insane than I do in turn.
Oh, yeah.
Honestly.
But he's got quite a bit of time in the segmenting, especially when you're putting something in the middle of it.
Yeah. Well, he sent me a thing tonight. Some of them, when he glued them up, they separated. So, is that unusual?
No.
What caused that? Too much saturation of glue? Or
That, or maybe it wasn't quite a square piece of wood to begin with. And if you're not holding it where it's flat against the fence, if it pivots a little bit on that fence, then your segment's going to be a little bit off.
He's redoing one where he had to cut, where it was off a little bit, where it opened. So he goes in there and
Cut it in half.
cut it, and then re-glue it.
Right. Yep. I've done that.
He was a engineer at Caterpillar. Too much bullshit going on.
John, he's an engineer at Fuyao Glass. He's 80, 81, 82 years old, and he's still working. They just gave him a brand new laptop last week.
That's great.
They'll call him, he says 5 or 6 times a week.
Last call.
And his boss went to China here a month or so ago and told everybody if you have problems, call John. Yep.
I gotta get busy.
Okay.
That's how you tell that's not a fight this year.
Yeah.
That's a cruise ship, you know? I said, I want to do one. I said, I'm not very good.
All right, we'll start drawing then. I don't lose my voice. All right, first ticket. White tickets. 436.
Oh, bingo!
Bingo.
Kurt, I didn't even get to rub the ticket.
Get to rub 'em.
He sat in your chair earlier.
I did sit in your chair.
You can't fill these shoes, Kurt.
All right, next number. Four.
Told you, one's all the text.
That's the one you almost lost too. All right, number 427. Larry? This guy? I don't want it that bad though. Like I got a whole wood shop full of them. 442. Yep. 428. Larry again? This? No, they're extender pipe clamps. So they're, you just put them on your pipe and stay. 440. I want to thank everybody for not picking this.
I ain't got my ticket yet.
Hey, you need one more?
All right.
Not yet, no.
Okay.
439. 439. That'd be me again. Cheers again. Here, Logan. Go figure something out. Mulberry safety glasses and turning tools.
You got it.
443. I just can't get out of that zone, can I? Might do a cherry move and throw everything on the floor.
Did I only do that once, John? Did I only do that once?
Yeah, I think it was just the one time where you were in the ball like right there, you threw them all in the corner. Alright. And we'll go one last one, just safety glasses up here. 424.
Right next to me.
Do you have any safety glasses?
Where you at?
Yeah, there's a clear pair in that plastic bag.
Here for outside with the chainsaw.
And we'll go ahead and call it that. If you want some safety glasses for free, come up here and grab one of these. There's a couple pairs up here.
One pair is pretty good.
Yeah, one's a good pair of Stanleys, and then there's what I normally call granny glasses. We get these at work, and they fit over regular glasses.
Yeah.
Still good.
I brought in the safety glasses.
If anybody wants a pair of safety glasses, just go and grab them. So let me get cameras going here. That one was running. All right. That one's going. That one's going. And then this one's going. And where'd Crowbar? Crowbar left. Well, that was a quick demonstration. What do you do? You get stage fright?
Stage left.
Stage left? Test, test, test. Get you wired up for sound here real quick. All right, put that on your pocket there somewhere. Just hit the big gray button when you're ready to start talking. Test, test. No, it's still on right now anyway.
Hello, hello.
All right, everybody give a big hand to Dave Razunas.
Take your seat.
Take your seats. We're gonna have some shop tips.
I can.
Is that Johnson's paste wax? Holy
Yes,
crap, that's
sir.
like a diamond there.
The only reason I'm showing you this is because I found a full can at home today.
Those are like rarer than gold.
This is about $50 worth of wax in here now. Full can I seen on the internet.
Oh yeah, you can't. They don't make it.
$64. So I got some wax for sale if anybody needs some.
Yeah, they don't make Johnson's anymore.
I did this a couple of months ago, but I can see it was getting a little dirty. And the reason I'm gonna show you this is I got an alternative to this also. So just bear with me. And on this sander, I have 320 grit sandpaper. So it's really not gonna gouge anything in here.
Did you say what grade you had on there?
320.
Crowbar, can you use your hand and do that too if you want?
You can if I'm lazy. It's gonna take a while.
Is there an advantage of using that versus car wax?
Yes, this does not have silicone in it. And this here, seeing I've got enough probably for my lifetime, but I got this from my local car dealership, the body guy, and this has no silicone in it either, and this is $20. Pass that around. Thank you. Look at that. Huh? Perfect. And the alternative to that now is, say a week goes by or something like that, and you don't feel like that, take a piece of wax paper, and on the wax paper just rub it like this, and it basically does the same thing. Not only that, but use it on your use it on the rest there and it does the same thing. I'm not turning tonight, so I didn't bring any turning tools. Wipe your turning tools down with this also. It does make a difference. Any questions on that? Now the other thing I do at my place, I have a couple of these, and on my lathe, this is mounted like this. I have a Powermatic, so I got a little cardboard going on there, and I've got the hole underneath here taped with insulation. And the reason I did that, when I do any sanding or anything, gravity takes over. And all that dust just flows right down in there, goes over to my dust collector. And I'm not up here and just sucking it, and I got a fan here, and I've got a dust collector here, and a dust collector over there. I'm my own worst enemy because sometimes I don't turn them on, so. What? Yeah. And then while I'm here, say if I'm doing a show or something like that, I usually take this with. This is my tool holder.
Yeah, it's not kind of catching the bottom of the blade there.
Well, it's not.
We understand the principle.
Oh, wait, there's more.
Oh, okay.
There you go. I don't know what's wrong with that. And I just put my tools in there then. Okay? Sounds simple enough? This is the tape I use. I found it's really wonderful for taping my insulation here. I got it at Menards, and this stuff is, they use it for window sealer. And once it sticks, it's there to stick. It's better than the Gorilla tape, duct tape, shipping tape, anything like that. Like I say, and I put this on cardboard and insulation, and if you go to take it off, it just rips it right off. And it sticks to metal real good. I really, really like that part.
Is that the stuff you use when you install new windows, when you take around it?
Yep, correct, absolutely. It's about $16 at Menards. And then while I'm doing my dust collection, I emptied the bag and I put the bag back on there. And I went out, well, 4 days later, and I'm looking like, man, it's awful dusty in there. Where the hell's all that dust coming from? And sure enough, I went by the dust collector and you could see where the dust was coming out from by the bag there. So I went to the hardware store and got some foam tape. And what I do is take the bag off, put the foam tape around that edge, bring the bag up. You know, it should be a three-man job, but only one person out there. So this can kind of helps hold the bag in place as you're going along. And I do use a little bit of duct tape to hold that bag in place while I tighten up the strap. So insulation tape right there for holding the bag on the dust collector. And I have 1, 2, 3 dust collectors. I got one on the lathe, one on the drum sander, and one on the saw, table saw. And then I can switch that one around onto the band saw and the other sander, whatever. So that does work real good. And then while I'm at the band saw, I just had to make this the other day because while I was there, while I was cutting my pieces there for my little flying saucer, it was nice. I have my fence on my bandsaw goes up 8 inches. So in order to rip that stock there, I just put that on there and up with my fence on my bandsaw, and I tried this out and it worked pretty good. So, because now I got a little lip there to hold on to that piece of wood while I'm pushing it through, and my piece was long enough that this would just cover it. I think it was only about 1 foot, but if I have a longer piece, I have the yellow push stick, not push stick, but holder to guide it through on the bandsaw. My other one like that, I sawed the lip off right here, so I had to get a new one. Guys got their shop independent of the house. How many do the basement? How many have a fire extinguisher already? Ooh, good job. Safety kit? Good job.
Use it often.
Yeah,
Sorry about that.
I'm 100 feet from the house, so this comes in handy.
Super glue and a safety kit.
What really comes in handy
This thumb knows.
is this, paper towels, because usually you gotta wrap it several times before you can get to the Band-Aids, and now that you're getting a little older, it seemed like if you just touch something, where the heck did that blood come from? I didn't feel anything, but I'm bleeding, so that's good for the paper towels.
That's why zip-tie suture kits. It's a two-piece adhesive, and it's got like zip ties in the middle of it. So you put one on one side of the wound, one on the other side of the wound, and you cinch down on the zip ties basically, and it closes that up like a suture. So it's worth the 10 or 15 bucks for the kit on those ones if you ever have a really bad cut, which I did, and it came in real handy.
In your shop, Steve?
Yep.
What was it called?
There's a few of them. If you look at like suture kit, Band-Aids, or I'll see if I can find a link for it and send it out. But it's basically two pieces of adhesive, so you kind of got a Band-Aid on both sides, but they're held together with like a zip tie, and you just cinch that down and it pulls it together. What's that going to be?
I missed out on that $1 million for the idea.
Man.
And then while we're doing the kind of maintenance here, go in there and clean this out. I'm really close to my air compressor, so weekly I'll get the air out and shoot some air through here, clean that out, and but I have, on my Powermatic, on my tailstock, see, on this one here, I have a nut on mine. I can't get a rod that goes through here. So I have to be, on some of my stuff, I have to be real careful because sometimes they get stuck in there and I have to take it all apart to get, then I can get the stick in there or whatever they call that, I forget right now. Knockout bar, yeah. Well, I didn't want to do that.
What camera we got on? That's the zip sutures I'm talking about. So I don't know if you can see that, but you got a little zip tie that goes in between the two bandages. So you can close up a significant wound in a hurry.
What's the brand name on that?
There's several brand names on it. This one is called Zip Suture Wound Closure.
No, Canadian?
Caribou Emergency Wound Closure Device.
And then on my dust collection, I have this screen in there because every now and then when you're sanding, them sanding discs comes off and I don't want them to go to the collector. So I throw this piece of gutter in there. It catches, but you just have to remember to put it back in there. And if you're going to do any gluing, and you just want a small portion of glue in there, take some tape and tape off that portion there so you only get a small amount of glue in there. So you're not getting all over. Then you have that, what am I going to do with all this glue then? So. And I'm a big fan of magnets this is what I have at my lathe also, right there at the back of there. And this holds pretty good. And I don't know what I would do without this for my tailstock. I don't know, this is, I really don't know what they call that. I guess it's this stuff right here. I'll pass this along. I've never seen another one like this. So if you ever see one like that, let me know.
What does it do?
HDPE,
Huh?
HDPE.
It could be, but I'm looking for the whole thing. But right now, I found the solution if I can't ever replace that. I'm gonna pass it around, John. Is I found some, and it will screw right onto my there you have it right there.
And what do you use that for?
I use it on for holding stuff on the tailstock. Just bring this up to whatever I'm turning.
Did you say you found that manufactured by somebody and you bought that piece?
This,
Or you made that? Yeah.
I made this.
Okay.
So,
Did you make this one or buy that?
no, that came with my lathe. That came with the lathe, and I've never seen another one like it.
I imagine the man made it, you got the lathe.
Well, yeah.
It's probably what comes from scratch.
And tell me, see if this is a one-way live center. I can't tell. And as you can tell then, rare earth magnets, I'm a magnet freak when it comes to this stuff. They'll hold anything.
Where do you get them?
I got this on Amazon, I believe.
You can get them all on Amazon.
Well, I order from K&J Magnetic.
Probably Team Use got them too. You can buy 1,000 for 99 cents.
I don't trust anything.
What size? Any size you want or what?
I don't know. I'm just
Oh, okay.
guessing. Team Use so cheap, I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah, I really like it.
You can get real nice ones out of junk microwaves too, out of that,
You can get them off of computer hard drives too.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's just HDPE.
And this is my poor man parting tool. Real small stuff, something you gotta do if you need it, so. And I made this up for my little lathe. I think it's a 1214 jet. Rare earth magnets there, but not all of your tools will stick to this. I got tired of them rolling around because I didn't have this with me. And this kind of holds, it's not the best, but it's better than a poke in the eye with a sharp stick. What else I got? If that darn glue, if you missed it and it's in a sharp or a spot you can't get to, there you go. Just like that. Take that glue off in a heartbeat. Just a file with the sandpaper on it. And then the way you can tell if you miss glue or not is put some isopropyl alcohol or denatured alcohol where you're going to be, and it will show up that way. And instead of waiting until the last minute, I'm going to go put the finish on, then all of a sudden the glue shows up. Like, where the heck did that glue come from? So. I have a couple of sanding discs, sanding places. I have the different size, 120, 240. I have an array of them at home. I didn't bring them all. And for when I'm going to need sandpaper for my quarter sander, this is fresh, I couldn't find the other one. I didn't have I was looking for some hinges so I could hinge this one part on here. So this is 5.5, yeah, by 4.5 because it's 9 by 11 sheet. Then if I were to say the other way, then I can go to this line and just rip the sandpaper off. Then I'll have 4 pieces for my sander. And I've seen these sanders at garage sales for next to nothing now, especially the corded ones. Everybody's going to go to the power or battery powered ones. So it's worth an investment just so you can be able to do this. It does a fine job. I'm telling you. And just for you guys to know this, but just a reminder, when you're doing your chainsawing, let's use our imagination now. This is my chainsaw, and when I'm down there trying to cut, try to stand to the left of the blade. It's even like when you work on your table saw at home. As you're pushing that stuff there, don't be standing here and push your stuff like that. Stand off to the side and push it through. In case there's a catch, it'll go through the wall and not through you. Just another little tip there. I couldn't bring the saw with me, so I thought I'd tell you. I had a piece made up, but look at me, I couldn't find it. Anyway, what I do with this is 2-inch PVC, copper wire, strand, put it in a vise, connect the other end to your drill, zzz, zzz, it'll tighten it up, and then you can get your clamp. This is how you make little ornament holders if you're on the cheap, kind of like me. And just fold that around like that. Then you just bend it to any size or shape that you want it. But that'll get you in the ballpark anyway. And you can put 3 wires, 4 in there, whatever you need. However the ornament is that you want to hang. So if you want to put veneer and you can't staple it, take one of these. I think this was for half-inch copper insulating, for insulating half-inch copper. See, if it was that thick, you wouldn't have to worry about it because you'd already have that glued and have a staple on it already. So being that it's veneer, that's what you're going to do to hold your veneer on until you're satisfied. But wait, there's more. No, I don't want to do that. Well, washer, I had a black,
Oh, I think there's one laying on the floor.
oh yeah, here. How many guys use that? How many guys got stuck with them, can't get it off? I didn't use that one time and I had to use this to be able to get that off. Finally got it off. I really had a struggle. I was at a show in, or a demo, and I forget where the place was, but anyway, it took me forever to get, wasn't my lathe, but that was my chuck, and that chuck was coming with me. I didn't care. So, and I had to use one of these, and this works pretty good too for on my collet chuck. As you can see, I have several holes in there. That's because I simply wear the son of a guns out from doing wig stands. So, and then I can do that and this. And this really helps on that. And that's an oil wrench. And once again, I love my magnets because on my tailstock, this is where my chuck key is, right here on the tailstock, and it's right there. If I ever need it, and I have another one over here, just in case I lose the other one. Like I tell you, I'm a magnet freak. And that's a Vic Mark chuck. If I'm going to do small finishing, I have this. Do your finishing on the one side, put it on there, then I'm able to spray the other side, and these nails really don't do any damage to the bottom of the finish. But you can make them any size you want, make them to your fit, whatever you're doing. And I don't know how many guys, I don't know if you guys do that or not, but on the table saw, if I have one or two small cuts to make and I don't want to put my zero clearance plate in there, get a piece of tape, put it over the hole, get the blade up through the tape, run your one or two pieces, and you're done. It takes longer to change it than for you to do the part. But if you're going to do 10, 12 pieces, no, put your zero clearance plate back in. But this is save you a lot of time just for doing one piece. Micro jig, how many people got one of them? Great, great. That works fantastic. I love it.
Don't drop it on concrete, it'll break.
Oh, well,
I found that out about the first week I had one.
I know, I want to show you this. Ooh, there's a wig stand spindle I really like to have, and I achieved that by the old wrench method. You guys knew that though, didn't you? Forgot it fits right on there. That's my gauge, and I turn my tenons with a 5/8 inch, I think. and a lacer skew. Except the one by the headstock, I have a little problem because it's 3/4, and for me to get this to 3/4, I have to be right there. So usually I have to take it out, switch it around, and finish the cut on this end, on the tailstock end. So that's a good wrench. And then what Dwight was talking about tonight, I've got one of them too. But some guys just chew my butt out because this is a rescue piece. It was, I screwed up, I split it, so I said, well, I can fix that. So I made up these, put them here, glued it up. Everything was going great. Actually, I think it was like this when I glued it. Put my clamps on there. And then when I was looking at it, you know, on the edges here, I still had some tear out. I didn't really want to take the tool right in there because it's getting really thin. So I'll just sand a little bit. And apparently I got really too close to that, and son of a gun if it didn't. And I got my butt chewed out several times. Don't waste your time on doing stuff like that. Just start new. But I hate to tell them, but I think I'm going to go home. I'm going to re-drill this, and I'm going to fill it in just to show them I can do it. So, and I think maybe a piece of bloodwood or a piece of blackwood, something that's going to really stand out on that, and because I'll show them. Any questions? I need my piece back. Where's that at? All right, thank you.
Could you tell us more about the installation, how you use it and what you do with it?
This here?
No, the installation.
Under
your The foam?
Under your lathe.
The dust collecting.
Oh, okay. It's underneath my lathe here, like this. Then I got the hose coming from my dust collector, goes in there. So as I'm turning, it don't collect everything, but it catches a lot of that minute stuff. I'm not breathing. It goes straight down there. And the reason I have it, all of this closed in there, is that way there, the suction, it gets more air in there. It's not open on here. The more air it can get, I mean, stop the air from going straight down, it'll go into my dust collector here.
So you just have it on the bottom of your lathe bed then, right?
Yes, that is correct. And it's the real thin 1/4 inch, the kind they use for like maybe on the side of the house before they put siding over that. I think it's only about a 1/4 inch. Use this tape and tape it on there, and that's all I do.
I have a Powermatic also, but underneath, I don't think mine is as wide as the top of that.
Mine is not.
So what do you do to?
Oh, I take a piece of cardboard then. Take a piece of cardboard that goes from here then. If this is sticking out right here, I just form the cardboard over to here and come back over here. That's why you need that tape. Yeah, you'd be thrilled with it if you get it to work. Like I say, it don't pick up everything, but it gets a lot of, I still got shavings out here, but for the most part, I'm not, especially when I'm sanding. That's what I'm really worried about when I'm sanding. It sucks that sand dust right down in there. Any other questions? That's it. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody, for help pick up tonight. Appreciate it.
Hey, John, I took this, and why don't you keep it for next week? I don't think I'll do it. Unless I give it to the kids.
Having a rod.
Oh,
Yes.